Hey kids, what's going on? Welcome back. We are powering through Dark Souls 3, and we are in the Crucifixion Woods. We murdered Hazel in our last episode, who was trying to kill us. It was quite the exciting fight. But now we're ready to proceed and clear out the rest of Crucifixion Woods. So first we're going to come around this side. There they are. Took them a little while. Still not hitting quite hard enough to kill them on a backstab, which is unfortunate after we put point in strength and dex. I think I mentioned in an earlier episode. Like, if you're used to leveling and becoming uber powerful with each level, that is not how it works in this game. This game, you level slow. Very, very slow. We'll start this guy with a headshot. Away from the fire. So all my health, all my stamina was gone on his jump there. But remember, you got to drop your shield to have your stamina regen. Well, it'll regen, but it'll regen very, very slowly. So I call it stamina breathing. Dropping the shield, pulling it up, dropping the shield, pulling it up. So if you give these guys an inch, you see they take a mile. They're just out of controls. So, kill him. Did he leave something? Boo, he did not. Come here, grab this soul packet. And we are ready to head into the little castle here. There's going to be one of those lantern dudes right here, so you want to kill him before he wakes everybody up. The last thing you want is to have to fight this magic guy. So you might be wondering why we were taking damage there, even though we had our shield up and we're blocking. It is because our shield... Oops. Our shield blocks 51% of magic. So that means 49% of the magic gets through. So here's the Heretic Staff, which is a pretty good staff if you want to throw some spells around. Across this little bridge. Oh, this guy is out here. Normally he's back in there. You can, I always do that. I try to do the kick, and then I'll try to do it again, and of course, it will not work, and he will stab me in the face, like he just did. Okay, there's going to be a little crystal lizard here. There's also going to be a guy who's going to jump out and hit us here. Timed perfectly. A crystal gem will add magic damage to your weapon, and it will take away your weapon scaling. Okay, now up here, I always try to run past this one if I can and knock this hoser. Uh-oh, I fell. And it wasn't enough to kill him. Didn't give me the plunge. We'll come up and kill Mr. Shield, Mr. Spear. There we go, and then you just step in, you do have to step into him after you kick it open. And then right trigger. Or, I'm sorry, not right trigger. The R1. Come over here, grab a second Ring of Sacrifice, just in case you should have a need. Now we are going to come back inside, and we're going to get that item that I mentioned in our last episode you could not grab. It is a there goes my phone again. It is a totally worthless shield. It is the Golden Falcon Shield. If you're a cosplay dude and you want to do the cosplay, you know, and you want to run around with a little Falcon Shield on, hey, knock yourself out, man. But it is a bit silly. So our crab is back over there. We're going to just try to run around the corner here. Ow. Of course, all these other enemies are back as well. Just going to cook it around the corner. This dog is going to come in and annoy us. Just cook it around the corner. Oh my gosh. And I always rest here just to get my Estus bat. We do have a shard that we could go back to the shrine and use. Always kill this guy no matter what. But the rest of these guys we're going to run past. We will kill this mage. This mage might follow us. And we don't want that. If you're dying to the Crystal Sage here, there's nothing wrong with going back to the shrine and getting one more Estus flask. So we're going to come up here. We do not have enough intelligence in our stats to get this guy to follow us back to the shrine. So he will not follow us. You need 10. We have 9. But that's where he is if you're going to run a sorcerer. He will have spells available. You'll also be getting spell books that will also help you to get more spells. How do I want to do this? I think I'll plunge this guy. There's another mage up the hill who will shoot at us. I think we got everything we need. I am going to put on my bar the blue bug pellet. I wonder if I'm safe here to do it. Where is it? There it is. Because that will give you additional defense against magic. And the boss that we're going to face here in a minute does magic damage. So I think we got everything down here. So the boss is up here. Now, he can be tricky early on, but if you're following this guide, you should be in pretty good shape because the longsword does work. What you'll see is he'll show up, and he'll have magic that he'll be casting around in various forms. Dodge all of it. No good magic is coming off of him at you. And if you can get him staggered, that's great. Stagger locking him is the way to go if you can do it. So you want to get in close on him. He will teleport around the zone, so you will have to do a fair bit of movement around the square there. Halfway through the fight, he will bring up a bunch of decoys who will shoot magic at you as well, which will hit you just as strong as magic normally would, even though they're decoys. The nice thing is you only have to hit a decoy once and it will die. And all the decoys will fire blue magic, and the main guy will fire purple magic. So the blue bug pellet will also work on the purple magic as well. So we're going to go ahead and start by popping that. And then run in. He's gonna. His first thing is gonna be right there. That's where he's gonna pop up first. So sprint in and just start wailing. And he will vanish into the ground. Bring back your stamina. And he will show up somewhere else. Go in and get him. Just go to work. I don't know if he's designed to show up as far away from you as possible, so I always run to the middle. Get in there. So we're getting close. He'd probably just pop up and pop back down. And then come up with his decoys. But if you can... yeah, he just popped up, popped back down. So now, next time he comes up, it's going to be the second phase. These will get in the way of you rolling. So... okay. So, there's one. Oh, this guy's a blue one as well. That's a blue guy over there. Take a health. Hope I don't get hit by that thing. So I don't know where he is. I hate that attack. That's the worst one. Maybe this is him? Yeah, keep shooting that thing out. Yeah, this is him. Yeah. Just unload. Take your health in between phases. Try to avoid getting crossfired. Uh-oh. That one's nasty. That homing soul mass spell is nasty. So in here's a little bit of a safe zone. I can't really tell if he's purple or not here, but I guess he is. So you want to roll those soul masses because they hit really hard. You need a health. We're going to take 2. Okay, we've almost got him. It's kind of a guessing game about where he is. I hope he wasn't the guy I just hit him. Yeah, that was him. Oh, we missed him by 1. Let's use another flask. Guessing over here is going to be him. I can't really tell where he is. Yep, good guess. For some reason, my TV isn't tracking the purple as well as it used to. Unless they patched it so that they all look blue. But I don't know if they... I don't think they did that. But anywho, it all worked out fine. So the Crystal Sage is no longer with us. He has been shipped off to the underworld where he belongs. Now I'm just going to rest here. I'm not going to travel back yet because we're pretty close to the next bonfire. So let's just keep on going here. There are going to be 2 crystal lizards. One right here. And we'll have to decide on a weapon to use the Twinkling Titanite on. Different weapons have different upgrade materials. So Twinkling Titanite is one of them. Go regular Titanite, then it'll do Twinkling Titanite, and then it'll be Titanite Scales. Those are the 3 different types of upgrade items. You don't want to go here just yet. Because there are a couple of these bleed bad guys. And I love them when they're pathing right there. So you can jump in there and get a kid, drop plunge attack. And of course they still have their bleed damage business. Oh yes, one more hit. We could be in trouble here, fans. Oh, one guy fell over the edge. Did he die, though? He did not. And we definitely don't want to fight him in there, because there is a drop to death. So, we are going to try to do this. Oh my gosh. Did that arrow get stuck in midair? Sure did. I don't know if he'll jump down from there. Oh, evidently the body, oh, he's going to come around. So we have a plan for him. I almost jumped to my death right there. There he is. Oh, he saw us. We come up here and run around this corner. Back to where we got the crystal lizard. He might path and we could get a free plunge on him, which would be great. Hooray! You walked right into my trap, you stupid beast. Brains beats brawn every day. Every day. And we got an Estus flask, how about that? Now we're going to come over here and jump down where he jumped down. Because we're going to try to get a sneak attack on this lady here. It's really hard to get backstabs on these enemies for some reason. I don't know if they built it in the game that way, but just get your own going. And they have so much poise. Cry me a river, lady. Get your helm and your herald gear. It's a little bit lighter than the knight armor that we have on now, so you can swap to that to open up some more percentage for you if you're right at that 70% threshold. No need to rest. There's an NPC over there that we're going to want to kill. He's kind of tough. Oops. He's kind of tough in the sense that he will throw throwing knives at you that cause bleed damage and bleed buildup. He's got, I think, a parrying dagger that he uses. I come around the corner and fight like a real person. He's got the fallen knight armor on. We picked up that armor in our last episode. We were running around the swamp right before we killed the two NPCs. So he's got a bandit knife in his left hand there, and he's got a dagger or short sword. I don't know what he has in his right hand. He might have the parrying dagger in his right hand. You don't want to follow him too much up the stairs because there's another NPC that we're going to want to kill up there. But he does stagger, as you can see. So, and he loves that jump back move. We haven't really talked about the jump back move. It's when you push B to bait the enemy to come in and get you, and then you hit an R1. Really fast, as you can tell. And he won't come back. He's gone forever. Holy mackerel with the deal here with my phone. So we're going to come down here, grab the Paladin's Ashes, which we're going to eventually take back. We're going to eventually take back to the Shrine Lady, who will have more stuff for us to buy. So drop down here and come around, and we're going to get an all-around upgrade of our shield. And we're going to be using a whole lot. The Crest Shield. The Crest Shield, as you'll notice, is an upgrade on everything with the shield that we have, with the exception of it is a pound heavier, or half-pound heavier. But everything else is an increase, especially dark damage. So we will no longer be using our Knight Shield. It did yeoman work for us, but we're not going to need it from here on out. We're going to be swapping between various Crest Shields. Oh, I never mentioned what the grass crest shield was. So the grass crest shield only blocks 89% physical and has quite low mitigations on other things, but when you wear it, it increases your it will increase your stamina recovery slightly. So a lot of people are growing stamina builds will just put this on their back and then two-hand their weapon if they're not using a shield, so it works well that way. Of course, you can also parry with it. But we're going with our Dragon Crest Shield right now. I think Dragon Crest Shield or Crest Shield. I can't remember what it is. Crest Shield, I think. And now we're going to go kill the other NPC, who is quite a bit easier than that NPC. He is up here. There's a way to bait him and then do a plunge attack from up there, but you do take a little bit of fall damage. So he has a big old poison shield, and he has that move with his axe. Pretty fast with his axe. You see it is pretty hard. And what he did was he did the weapon art for his weapon, which makes the axe hit much harder. Oh, I went through my stamina. Got greedy with my hits. Got greedy with my hits. Just get your hits in and he will go away too. And you can get his spider shield, which will help prevent poison damage. If you look over here. Shields of this type are commonly used by Savage Mountain Bandits, offer high resistance to poison. So, putting in the left hand allows you to perform the skill of the right hand weapon. I don't know what that means. So rest, get our flasks back. We will be going back to the shrine soon enough here. But there's another bonfire just right up here. So we're going to venture on in. Go immediately to the left again. Back into this little area because you're safe right in here. And the dogs will follow you, at least one dog, sometimes two, follow you in here. We only got one, which means there's going to be another one out here somewhere. Just run and step around this pillar. You don't have to kill all these things, you can just keep on going if you want, but there is some stuff over here, so we're doing a 100% walkthrough, so a lot of times this dog will have jumped down. Now I'm going to get plunked in the back, probably, at least once. And I managed to dodge that. Hi. Enough with that. Get your large soul of an unknown traveler. I think there's one more dog. Yep, it's right on cue. And now he also is gone. Gone. Come in here. Turn this corner. This guy will suicide the minute he sees you. So pull him in, and he will run after you like that. Throw himself on the ground in a big fiery explosion. So you have been warned, and now we have arrived at the Cathedral of the Deep, our next area. So come up here. Usually, if you get your swing on, you can kill all these guys without too much trouble. And get your other Estus Shard. Oh, apparently I'm very excited about that Estus Shard. Come on in. Open the door. Turn to the right. And get your Notched Whip. This whip has the same moveset as the whip we picked up earlier, and it will cause bleed damage when it hits. Okay, we're going to activate this bonfire. And this guy takes you to the DLC.
Wait.
You should not do the DLC right now. You are way underpowered for the DLC. But he will sit there and irritate you every time you try to light that bonfire. So we're just going to follow his deal and go. Incidentally, if you want to skip a cutscene, you just hit the option button on your, the option button on your controller. And it'll go through whatever the cutscene is. So he has a little cutscene there you can follow if you wish. But we're going to follow him through to, this is the first DLC. Go backwards. Get the rhyme clump from that guy. This guy is there for no reason. Doesn't really say anything, doesn't give you anything. You can kill him. But all we're going to do is light this. This is the first bonfire of the DLC, The Ashes of Ariandel. So we have no interest in going to that just yet, so we're going to come back to the cleansing chapel to show you where we were, where we came from. It seems like there's longer loading screens going to the DLCs and coming back from them. So he was right here, and now he's gone. So every time you come in here, he will not be yammering, because you're going to want to come in and just hit the bonfire and go. So we're going to go ahead and travel. I think we have 2. Do we have 2 shards? Still no Titanite, though, I don't think. I'm pretty sure Grey Rat is going to be gone. But we can give her the ashes that we just picked up.
Gracious, let either.
So she will have more things that you can buy. She'll have more embers and more stuff. She'll have gear. So the Exile Knight that we killed, you can get his gear here. And you can get the chain gear from the other NPC that we killed. As well as some of the stuff that they had before. We're going to need this key eventually, not right now. The dried fingers, when you use those, it allows you to bring in 4. Well, not 4, but 3 other players. If you're facing a boss, you can bring, without the dried fingers, you can bring 2. When you use the dried fingers, you can bring 3, but it will also bring in more invasions. So you can get stuff for your weapons. We're going to need to get some of the blooming purple moss eventually. But and you can also get Lloyd Shieldring from her if you want. We're not going to need that, hopefully. And then our buddy Grey Rat is... wait a minute, did he come back?
Oh, hello. It took go on.
Now he will have the large arrows. There they are. So they hit for 55 over the 45 standard arrows that we got. So we're going to be buying a bunch of those. He also has some other armor that you could buy. And some other weapons that you can look at. The Zweihander is now available that you can buy here. The longsword, the S-stock. A lot of people love those weapons. And of course embers and such.
Goodbye.
So we will be coming back to visit him after our levels. We didn't get enough Titan. I don't think we got another Titanite, did we? We did not. Boo. And I don't think he had any. Don't think he has any. I don't think he has. No, he does not.
Goodbye.
And I don't think the Shrine Maiden does either. Let's take a little look, though. Yeah, she doesn't need.
Ashen one.
Kind of a bummer. Well, it's probably okay. I mean, we're going to get tons of Titanite as we go through. It'll be nice to have her weapon up to level 3. Okay, so we'll get a couple levels here. So keep on working up the dex and the strength. Once we get our dex to 18, then we'll be dumping into strength primarily till we get that to 24. Come here. We cannot reinforce our weapon. Boo, boo, boo. Oops. And we're going to give him the coal, and that will allow other infusing options. So, heavy converts your weapon to strength scaling. You'll notice there at the bottom it goes from C to strictly B scaling. It takes the D part off. This will convert it to E and B scaling, the sharp gem. So if you're a dex build, the refined gem that we're going to get before too much longer will convert it to C and C scaling. Raw gem takes away all scaling and just moves the damage to quite a powerful amount. Fire gem makes you do fire damage, so you see 113 to 113. And then we have a poison gem, which will apply poison on our hits. So we're not ready to infuse yet, but we do want to get some large arrows.
Oh, hey then.
So let's go on down here. They're quite a bit more expensive than the standard arrows. You know what? I'm not ready to spend that kind of loot yet on the large arrows. Our standard arrows are doing what we need them to do for now. So we're in a good place. So we are going to go ahead and end this episode here. We're going to... did I not give him the shards? I didn't. See, this happens to me all the time. I will forget. I'll get so excited. And then I forget to do this. I think we had 2, right? Yes. We don't.
Be careful.
Okay, so now we will have 9 flasks at our disposal as we continue our adventures over in the Cleansing Chapel and beyond. So that's where we're going to head back. And that's where we'll pick up our adventure in our next episode. So thanks for tuning in, kids. I hope you're enjoying it. I sure am enjoying bringing it to you. So stay tuned for our next episode coming soon.